Hey, how's it going? This is my first video and I wanted to show off my 300 plus volume manga collection. I just wanted to say, like, deluxe editions or anything that has multiple volumes, these count as 3 volumes each because that's how many they contain. We're going to first start away from the top and then make ourselves lower, but yeah, let's keep going. First, I want to go with Sandland. It was like the first and only one-shot that I have in my collection, and it's great. It's by Akira Toriyama. If it is as good as like longer series, not really, but it's a really good one-shot, and it's my first one-shot that was really it's just a nice read. It's about a demon prince trying to find water because corrupt governments and stuff. I kind of got to read it, but yeah. Next, we want to go to Dr. Stone by Boichi. I've had this series for such a long time, and I've only read up to volume 14. It's a in-between read for me, so whenever I finish reading a couple volumes of the series, I might read one of these, and it very much cleanses the palate. It's about a world that has been, overtaken by this petrified machine that you only find out to very recently, but basically the whole world is just reset and they need to start from the very beginning, from the caveman stage all the way to get back to the modern era. And I believe they've just gotten boats where I am at, but it's such a fun read, and I've watched the anime too, so it's very much a recommended read for me. I believe volume 27 is going to come out, but like, I'm not sure if that adds to the main story, but besides that, I think that's the actual conclusion, 26. And up next, we have some Death Note. Now, these covers are insane. I love these covers so much. I definitely prefer these over the black editions. I just think the cover art looks so much better, and so do the spines, to be honest. The spines are beautiful. I recommend this series more than like the anime adaptation. No, the anime is a lot better. It is a bit slow and it is very wordy. I mean, that's kind of the point, but like, it's very wordy, and this took me 12 volumes, took me 6 months to read. I got this all in once in the box set, which I do have down below. I got the box set physically, but I very much don't recommend buying box sets physically. They're just so much more expensive, and they're much easier to get on like eBay, Amazon, or any other bookstore, like their shop online. You usually get greater deals. Up next is Black Torch, which is a series I just finished this year. I only collected it this year. It's only 5 volumes. It does come to an end. It's a little bit rushed in volume 5 because I think the series got cancelled. So they had to rush the ending, but it was such a great read that it doesn't really matter. It didn't need to be any longer, and I feel like it did its purpose. It's literally such a fun little read that I think every beginner manga collector should always get. It's incredible. Next is Legends of the Twilight Princess. I got this on impulse. I bought it physically, which cost me about $7 more. But I really liked the bookstore I got it, so I kind of wanted to help it out. But also, as a huge Zelda fan and as someone who loves Twilight Princess, I've only read the first volume, but so far it is very, I guess, reliable to the source material, and it's just so enjoyable. For the first volume anyway. I do want to read more. I've only recently gotten this, and I need to read more of it, obviously, but if it keeps up with this pace, I think I'm gonna really love it. I definitely think the game's incredible, but so far this is just Link is more of a person, and he's more enjoyable this way. And I've never really found Link as his own individual character, as much of a Zelda fan as I am. It kind of he's kind of just, you put yourself into him, and that's kind of the point of Link. You're meant to put yourself into Link. You're meant to think you're the hero, because he wasn't even called Link for the longest time. And I don't know, he kind of feels like his own character in this, because he actually has dialogue and he actually has like proper emotions that he is able to display. Up next is probably my longest series. Actually, it is my longest series that I've got so far, and that is all of Bleach. Now, this series is incredible, and would I recommend it to a beginner manga collector? No, it's too long. But someone who has had like other manga, like if you have this much manga and you know you want something big, go for it. It is such an enjoyable read. I absolutely, every time I got a box set, I just blasted through it, and it was probably one of the most fun reads I ever had in my time in collecting. It was definitely a lot more enjoyable than some other series I've had in the past. Like some others we'll get to. Not everything you collect is going to be a five-star series, but you can have some that aren't your favorite and you still enjoy. But yeah, it's a masterpiece, and it's honestly, Tite Kubo has done incredible. The art, the character development, the arcs are incredible. I think I read this so quickly between each box set that I almost had no money in the bank. Like it was one of the best experience I've had last year. I read it all last year, and yeah, it was absolutely incredible. Now this is my impulse buy, like Costco sampler collection, part of my manga. Every manga collector is guilty of it. Not all my series are complete, and a lot of them are very, very like incomplete. And my small series, like the series I have the least amount of volumes for, is Degrow Man. If I can get the damn thing up. The first volume was absolutely amazing, and I did very much enjoy it. I do want to collect more, but it's very low on my priority list right now. And if you're into like Exorcists and like stuff like that, you're gonna absolutely love it. It's just a really, really good series. And for the first volume anyway, I can't really comment on the entire series because honestly, I haven't read it all, but I really enjoyed the first volume, and I'll put that back in like in the next clip. But like, it was just, I don't know, it was so enjoyable, and I just remember getting it. I was like, damn, I want to read more. It was so good. I don't want to just stop it here. But also, like, I had so many other things I need to like start reading or complete reading, and it's just like it's just taken a back seat. So although it's fairly new, and I think I'll enjoy the series because I enjoyed the first volume very much. It's going to take a back seat for a while. This is one of the best slice of life mangas I've ever read. I've read some online, and it's incredible. It's so wholesome. Yotsuba is great. I want all 15 volumes. I think volume 16 just came out too, so I want to get all of that. But once again, I've got so many series that I'm a bit further in that I just need to catch up to, and I need to finish. And like, it's just taking the back seat. Like, this is all just impulse, or just stuff I need is like a back seat. This is like the back seat. Like, this is not high priority. But like, right next to Yotsuba, we have like Horimiya, which is actually, I watched all the anime, both seasons, and it's my favorite shoujo out of it's like my favorite shoujo. It's just my favorite shoujo. I've watched a fair chunk, and a lot of them, they either end on a note that, you know, they just kiss on the last episode or something like that, and it's just a whole lot of waiting around for nothing, and you don't get anything. These guys get together in episode 4, so if you guys want like a good shoujo that's just a romance anime that's just great, it's incredible. It's also a really good slice of life too, because after the first 4 episodes, you just see them together and their relationship evolves, as well as others' relationships evolving, and it's a little bit of everything for like that kind of genre, slice of life, romance, shoujo, that stuff, and it's just such a nice read. And I've read both volumes. I need more, and that's actually a little bit higher priority than Yotsuba, but like, it's great, and I just recommend it to anyone who wants to read Horimiya, or watch horror, at least watch Horimiya. A lot of stuff gets cut out. I read all of this online, so it's great. I just had to collect it, and yeah, it was such a great thing to have, and like, just such a great thing to read. I could like read it 50 million times and like never get bored, because it's just such a great slice of life. And Yosuba's the same like that. I could read it a lot and not get bored. And it's just really good. Then we got Haikyuu. We're not gonna talk about Haikyuu. I don't really like Haikyuu. It's kind of shit. I got these volumes for free. One of my friends, she wanted to give away her manga collection, like some of the volumes of her manga collection, and she didn't like it either. So I was like, oh, I'll take it up. I'll have a read. They're not good. Anyway, turn these on. Stuff that is good is Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and I'm going to group these two together because they're right after each other. I mean, Super is too, we'll get to that, but they're right next to each other. Originally, when I watched the anime, I only watched Dragon Ball Z, and I watched Dragon Ball Z like 5 times. I'm like, I'm not going to watch original Dragon Ball. I don't really feel like it. And I didn't watch original Dragon Ball. I read it, and it was one of the most fun experiences like of early last year. And I seriously was like, I thought I knew everything about Dragon Ball, but then that turned on. Like, I got this. I was like, I might as well collect it, and because they had Vizbigs too, and it was so good. It's very different to Z. Although I still like Z more than I like original Dragon Ball. Original Dragon Ball is definitely worth the read. You need to check this out. It's incredible. Then we have Z, my favorite manga and anime of all time. It is so good, and I think it's the perfect beginner manga too, because it's not super long, but it's also like, it's long enough that you get to love the characters and everything. You don't need to read original Dragon Ball to love Dragon Ball Z, but with Dragon Ball Z, original Dragon Ball, when you watch it, you understand a lot more stuff. So that's just how it is. And Z is incredible. It's a masterpiece. Anyone who says it is sloppy or it doesn't have any character development, they're wrong. The characters, in my opinion, are extremely lovable, and if you don't like these characters or you don't like Dragon Ball, that's fine, but you have to, in my opinion, you have to at least respect it, because it was so influential. I think the only thing that would be more influential than Dragon Ball is maybe Astro Boy, and that was because it was the first. Next, we have my other piece of Zelda. It's only one of these legendary editions. Have I read it? No. Have I played both of these games and finished both of these games? Yes. And they're like my they're like my favorite ones that aren't like the proper 3Ds. So like Minish Cap is 2D, and Phantom Hourglass is, it's like a little bit, but it's on the DS, so it's like very underpowered. So I can't actually comment whether this is good or not, because I haven't read it. And do I plan on reading it? Yeah, it's only 2 volumes in this one thing. So yeah, I'll read it, but it's definitely a backseat to like the other stuff. And yeah, this is my most recent series that I've copped, Heart Gear. It's by the same people who do Black Torch, or same person who does Black Torch. And Black Torch was so good that I bought this so quickly that yeah, my bank wasn't ready for it. This is all that's out right now. It's another thing I haven't read. and I do plan on reading it. I've just got, like I said, I've got so much I need to read, and it's the one bad habit that every manga collector has, that they just need to catch up on what they're reading. And I am a bit guilty on the impulse buys, but like Dragon Ball or Bleach or all these series up the top, I finished those, like collecting those, and this is up to date. So it's, yeah, I've got all the story that's available. So I guess if you like Black Torch, read this, but once again, I can't really comment because I haven't read it. 20th Century Boys, read the first 3 volumes of these, that's equivalent to 6. It's really good. It's something I just pick up every now and then. It's so like a mind fucky, which Urasawa does perfectly. Monster's so good, Pluto's so good, or at least the anime adaptations, but I had to get this because it didn't have a anime adaptation. So yeah, at this rate with the chapter volumes, I think it's one of his best. I think I'm personally liking the start of it more than I like Monster. So Pluto, I like Monster more than Pluto, but like, yeah. This doesn't have an anime adaptation. It really should. It deserves it so much. JoJo's, I've got all of part 1, all of part 2, and the start of part 3. This is one of the oldest series I have in my collection, but I haven't finished it because part 3 pacing is so slow. Even the anime, in the manga, it's slow too. I think the only thing that isn't slow for part 3 is the OVA, and that's really old. But yeah, check out the OVA. Now, I've got all of that. I've read all of this. I've read all of part 2, and part 2 is really good. Definitely better than part 1. Part 1 is a slow start, and part 3 is good, but part 2 is better than part 3. I've watched all the anime that's out, so I've watched up to part 6. So, I don't know. It's kind of taken a little bit of a backseat because, not because it's like low priority, it's because I already know what happens in the 6 parts, so I know what goes on, I know all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of just a read to enjoy it and appreciate the series because the anime was so good. It was so good and very well paced. Now this isn't actually a manga, it's a comic book. It's a Cult of the Lamb comic book. One of my favorite games of all time. I read this. It's a really good comic book. Is it like manga level quality? No, but it's got like full colored pages, and it's short, and it's nice, and it doesn't complete like the entire game story. So I don't know if they're gonna release more. If they release more, I'll get it. But like, yeah, it's a good comic book, but it's not a manga. Vinland Saga, the first 3 volumes, I've read these, but they're so expensive. So I only picked them up when they're on sale, and I haven't had a lot of time, they haven't been on sale a lot. They're like $90 in Australia each, so that's insane. As much as I love these, and as much as I love Vinland Saga with the Vikings and all that different kind of stuff, it's such a good story that I can't explain it, and that's a really sad thing because it's so good. You should definitely check out the anime. It's about Thorfinn. I guess I can explain a bit. It's Thorfinn, a kid who watched his father get killed and is seeking revenge and trying to kill this guy called Askeladd, who's a guy who killed his father. But he works with Askeladd, and I don't know, it's a very complicated story, but it's all about hate and revenge, and then like forgiveness. It very much, the story changes, and a lot of people find it boring afterwards, but I definitely found it really, really enjoyable for just what it is. Like, it's a simple story, but like the simplicity makes it so beautiful that it's just so good. Just check it out. I'm gonna say this a lot. It's just so good. Demon Slayer. I got all 14 of these volumes gifted to me for free. I haven't read a single one. I watched the anime. The anime is beautiful. The animation is beautiful. But the biggest thing that has like turned me off is the art in the manga, because the art in the manga is a little bit disappointing. It's not a little bit, it's actually very, because I just saw the art. These are all secondhand, so some of them are a bit yellow. But Demon Slayer is good. I will collect all of it, and I will read it all eventually. But it's just something that's just like, there are better stuff out there. And right next to it is something that's better out there. And I bought all of these volumes. Black Clover is great. It's just long, and I'm gonna collect this all. A lot. You're gonna see a lot of stuff that is like I've said, like majority of the stuff that I'm holding back on is like now, like the middle part from like that bit, like that bit is kind of like just the stuff that I'm holding off on, because I'm trying to collect all of one series at a time. It's about Asta, a guy who has no powers and very much wants to become the Wizard King, even though he has no powers. So he gets this gifted grimoire and uses anti-magic to try and achieve his dreams. Now, I've watched all the anime, and this is equivalent to like episode like 80 or something around there, and it only gets better from there. It's just really good, and I think it's just so much better than like Jujutsu Kaisen and all that different kind of stuff. Peak Clover is so overhated for what it is. Like, oh, they're unoriginal, but there's so many anime that is unoriginal, and you know, Peak inspires Peak in my opinion. So it's definitely, I think you should give a read. Now, something that I have read and am up to date in is Didark. Didark is by Q Hashida. He's the same person who does Dorohedoro. I'll turn that light on for a minute. And I liked this more than Dorohedoro, and I'm all the way up to date with it. And I collect the volume when it comes out, and I just read it, and it's just like, it's casual now when I'm up to date. They're a little bit more expensive. It's by, like I said, it's by Q Hashida. But the story is, a guy named Saha Zenko has magical wishing bones, and people are going after him because they want to get a wish. The world is full of greed, for power, for money, and people just won't leave this guy alone. There are these four people: Avakin, which is his pay, which is basically a robot backpack; Zaha Senko, Shimada Death, the incarnation of death; and Demimaru. I think that's his name. I kind of forgot a little bit. It was a little bit since I read that volume. But Demimaru is immortal, and as much as he tries to die, he just won't die. And that's, people kind of want him to experiment on for like immortality and that different kind of stuff. Now, these are the four little shits. All four are wanted by like the light bulbs, or what are they called? I don't know. The time I read these volumes from the rest was very far apart. Because I just got these when they released, and I just had to catch up for the first 6 volumes. Now, onto Super, which is incredible. And I played through this in about a week. Now, this is up to date as well. The next volume comes out next month. So, I guess I'll get it then. But like, yeah, it's the same thing as like the Didark situation. I, get a volume when it comes out. I did forget to talk about these JoJo's, but that's just some Japanese volumes of Part 9 that I haven't read. and I kind of just got them because I wanted some Japanese volumes just for like display, but I don't have enough JoJo's to display them next to, so yeah. But Goku and everyone like continues through here. The best arc, in my opinion, in this is the Mora arc from the end of Volume 9 to Volume 15. And it's just so fleshed out, and they really need to animate this. But like, yeah, it's just, it's something that you should definitely read. I want to say you definitely read most of these. It's a haiku, but like, they're really, it's really good. And yeah, just check it out. Now we're on the home stretch with Naruto now, and we got almost series Berserk. But like Naruto, I recently bought box set 1, and I blitzed through this. I could not finish the anime for the life of me. I got to episode 100 twice, and I couldn't finish it. As much as I tried, I got there twice, and I couldn't finish it because from episode 100 to 250, the pacing is horrible, and we get a shit ton of filler that I just did not like. So in the manga, where we don't get this filler, it's beautiful. It's really well paced, and I finished these in like a week, maybe a little bit more than a week, but around a week, or maybe a fortnight. But like, yeah, it's incredible. An orphan named Naruto, who's got the 9-tailed fox sealed within him, gets isolated from the entire village and is trying to become Hokage, and it basically just goes an adventure with him and his friends, and stuff goes south, but with him and Sasuke, who is his rival, who's Sasuke's entire clan got like butchered and killed, so he's kind of a little fucked up in the head. But yeah, that's really all there is to Naruto. It's simple, it's nice, it's all it needs to be, and definitely my second favorite out of the big three. I like it second, and then Bleach is my favorite, and One Piece is my least favorite, but I still like One Piece, so yeah, that's really good too. The last one is Berserk. I've got just under half of Berserk, and I need one more to get half of it. Oh my god, this is peak. If I read more of this, it has the potential to become like my third favorite. I don't think it's ever going to be Dragon Ball Bleach, because that's the kind of manga enjoyer I am. I definitely prefer shonen more than seinen, but it is really well written. So yeah, anyone who says this is their favorite, I don't blame you. It's incredible. I got one single for like display. I just got a cover that I thought was cool. I don't know what I can really say about this, because it's so good, and if I say anything about it, if I say anything about this, it's literally just not going to do it justice, because it's so complex, and if I say anything about it, it's also could spoil. And for people who haven't seen Berserk or read Berserk, please do. It's so good. There's such big twists in it. You have to go into Berserk blind. I'm so sorry you have to go into it blind unless you search it up, but that's you. I'm just not going to say anything about the story. All I can say is the story is so good. So yeah. So that is my 300 plus volume collection, and it's cost me an arm and a leg, but it's something I'm definitely proud of. So leave a like or follow. You don't have to. So yeah, that's my collection. This took me a little bit more than a year, about a year and 3 months to do. But like, yeah, don't buy as much, don't buy as quickly as I bought. So yeah, I'll see you guys in another video if I do that.